And the debate continues about the sacking of Education Minister Ruel Reid and the suggestion of deep-rooted corruption in the Andrew Holness government. The matter was discussed further on TVJ's current affairs program All Angles last evening. The surprise statement from the Office of the Prime Minister of Ruel Reid's dismissal amid questionable actions has again raised questions about how these issues are dealt with. On TVJ's All Angles Wednesday evening, Attorney-at-Law Daniel Archer indicated that Jamaicans had seen...
How can we take what you're doing now to mean that you're accountable to us when you've had a minister who has simply resigned and sat back and relaxed? There's no consequence to the actions of the public officials. And in the absence of having consequences, merely saying that we've accepted a resignation and we're doing investigations is something you hear all the time.
For political commentator Paul Ashley, the urgency of Mr. Reid's resignation is indicative of how grave the accusations are. He has joined the call for the Prime Minister to provide details on the discussions which led up to him asking for Mr. Reid to resign. However, Director of Communications at the Office of the Prime Minister, Robert Morgan, insists that despite the concerns, legislative changes are being put in place to deal with such issues.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica cannot lock up anybody. People are asking for people to be locked up. That's why you have MOCA, that's why you have CTOC, that's why you have the Integrity Commission. They have been empowered, they have been given the budget. What we are doing is wherever issues come up or wherever we see issues might come up, we're putting in the policy framework, the governance framework, making the changes necessary to ensure that those issues do not recur.
But his arguments were aggressively countered with suggestions that the commissions don't have enough power to make changes and that legislation is not the answer.
We have legislation to stone down,
yep.
Right? It's how you implement it. I don't, you see this faith in that we have this body called XY, and it hasn't completed its work. Yeah, all right? Don't complete it in 1 year, don't complete it in 2 years, don't complete it in 3 years, so what? We're just waiting until it completes its work, and then it comes with a big finding. And afterwards, the public is not really interested in the finding anymore.
With Mr. Reid being the second minister to be fired under such circumstances, they are also calling for assurance from the Prime Minister that there won't be more cases and that these won't end with a resignation.